Whistleblower Dr. Richard Bright testifies to the subcommittee on health. This is ongoing testimony today. And of course, earlier in the week, we had the Dr. Fauci testimony, and I said I was watching it so you didn't have to. And I got to be honest, I had even a really hard time watching this one. It's so boring. But anyway, just to give you some highlights of this, if you haven't caught this, if you're doing other stuff, or just want to get my take, and I want to get your take on what's going on. Now, Dr. Bright alleges that it became increasingly clear in late January that Health and Human Services leadership was doing nothing to prepare for the imminent mask shortage. And he also claims that he was fired in retaliation for refusing to fall in line with the administrative's directive to promote the broad use of chloroquine, because we heard all that. Fish tank cleaner, that whole thing. And of course, this was a drug that the president said this could be a game changer. And now he even goes further, the hydroxychloroquine, to promote the broad use of hydroxychloroquine to award lucrative contracts for these and other drugs, even though they lacked scientific merit and had not received prior scientific vetting. Very interesting. So he claims he was fired. In fact, he was reassigned, and the Health and Human Services Department put out a statement today saying, well, we gave you another job and you haven't showed up even though you're being paid. That's one of the things they said. Now, there's a couple of things of note here. Dr. Bright is being represented by Christine Blasey Ford's legal team, the team that went after Justice Kavanaugh. So of course, they claim they're nonpartisan actors, but they all seem to be represented by the same group of people. Kind of interesting there. Another thing, he did not testify under oath. Very strange. Normally when you see, at least when I'm familiar, it seems to be, if you're going to testify, specifically he's calling himself a whistleblower, did not take the oath to start his testimony. So that is interesting. Now, President Trump had a reply here. He said, I don't know the so-called whistleblower Rick Bright. Never met him or even heard of him, but to me, he is a disgruntled employee, not liked or respected by people I spoke to. And with his attitude, he should no longer be working for the government. So that was what Trump said today in response to this testimony. I've got a couple of comments here. One from Nell Edward, who said this disgruntled employee, they're echoing Trump, also said winter 2020 could be the darkest period in our country. Yeah, I saw that as well, Nell. And she goes on, I believe only time will tell, but if we don't let businesses get back to employing people, we will be in the darkest depression in our history, even greater than the virus might bring, and there's absolutely no might to it. Yeah, interesting point there. Thank you. And then Mary Coyne says, well, there is a doctor in Texas who can refute that. And I think you're referring to the hydroxychloroquine. Now, what I really want to say, though, forget this testimony specifically. This isn't going to go anywhere. This is no big deal. I mean, it would seem like to be a total crap show. They couldn't even get the guy to swear under oath to make his statements. And this is the most boring most boring hearing I've ever seen. But what this really is, what this is really all about, is impeachment number 2, or impeachment 2.0. This is where this whole thing is going. If President Trump is reelected, this will happen, and it will get very close. They're going to do the same thing they did with the Russia thing. They're going to have hearing after hearing. They're going to be bringing people in from the administration. There will be probably other whistleblowers. This whole thing, we know the whole story, right? Because we went through it. And they're not going to stop. They're going to go through the whole thing again. And we're going to try to get rid of Trump based on accusing him of mismanaging the crisis, putting us all at risk and, killing Americans. And that's going to be that's basically my prediction. This is a preview of what they're going to try to do. They're already setting the table. If he wins a second term, they're going to be going right after this, January, February, and we're going to go full bore, and we could find ourselves in yet another failed impeachment. I'd love to know what you think about that idea. I'd love to know what you think about Dr. Bright's testimony, if you happen to catch it, and what you think of this whole ongoing situation with this whistleblower. I'd love to know if you go ahead and comment down below. Also, before I get out of here, tomorrow we're going to have our Friday mailbag episode. So in just a little bit, I'm going to put, if you didn't see that question come in through our if you're not signed up through our emails, I would encourage you to do that to get our daily email in your inbox. We'll be sent a question to all of you. But anyways, I'm going to post that question here on Facebook in just a bit, and I'll be back tomorrow afternoon to go over your responses. Thanks for watching.